International Puerto Rican Heritage Film Festival is back for its 13th year with live screenings, special events, and panels shining a spotlight on the island of Puerto Rico and its proud people, culture, and the diaspora. Running from November 1st through November 5th, this year's festival will include over 75 independent films, shorts, web series, and music videos from across the world. And joining us to share more is Festival Director of the International Puerto Rican Heritage Film Festival, Xavier Santiago. Hello and welcome.
Thank you for having us. Glad to be back.
Oh my gosh, should I say Father Xavier Santiago?
Hey, you said it's Halloween, dress up. I don't know who's going to listen, what side of the shoulder, right?
Oh gosh, I just want to see, I just love that everybody got the memo and that we're all in this together, right?
Absolutely.
I mean, this costume is really one of those that makes you go, how is this a real thing? Or is it, why did you choose being a priest today? Do your children go to Catholic school?
They absolutely do.
They do.
So it was a very, very awkward walking by St. Ignatius, and it's like, bless me, Father, for I have sinned, the time of my last confession. Yeah, it was one of those moments. Awkward.
I'm sorry, I have to laugh because, I can only imagine. You've been walking around the city dressed like this today?
Without the collar, though.
Without
the collar. But still
okay.
got the looks.
But still got the looks. And so, what was that like dropping your children off before?
One of the priests there walked out and just kind of raised his eyebrow and saying, "Oh, considering being a deacon, are you now?"
Really?
Yeah. Said, I'm not ready if I'm going to make that step just yet. But pleased to be here with you. Thank you for having us on.
Always, every year, amazing. Every year it expands more and more. And thank you for being playful.
Love it.
Yeah, and let's talk about this year. I mean, I'm always in awe over just the people you have. I know Luis Guzman is being honored this year. I know you have a panel with both Luis Guzman and Luna Lauren Velez. But before we even get to them, let's talk a little bit about how you are choosing this year's festival. Is there a theme behind each year?
Yes, we typically have a theme each year depending on what's happening with the island, the people, our culture, the diaspora. Certain years, when Hurricane Maria, we were really leaning into recovery. This year, we're focusing on old school meets new connections. What does that mean? Old school Hollywood, right? Programming. You would have a short before a feature, and a lot of our programming is very intentional, almost like a soundtrack. But every feature will have a short film that'll play, or a couple, to fill the gaps and kind of tease people along to enjoy, and it's kind of like to wet your palate. And we're really enjoying that aspect in the programming. And then the other part of it is the new connections. Many people, in Boricua, give us an inch, we'll get a mile. That's
right.
Very, very efficient creatures, I would say. And so we want to build our connections. Yeah, exactamente. We are taking everyone out from mini panels at the end of the programming to network, to learn about who you can connect with. You have a big idea for a feature, right? But you don't have the money.
Right.
You know a Boricua in Chicago, a Latino in Los Angeles. Hey, I can help you out. Just fly out, the three of you.
Right.
And then we'll get it shot. And that's how we're able to build a better product for all of our filmmakers.
So I just want to make sure that we're all on the same page here, because a lot of people think that film festivals are just like a festival that you go to explore indie films, right? Which, yes, they are. But what you're saying is that it's more of a networking, of almost like an event that forms a camaraderie between filmmakers abroad, right? So it's like you come to enjoy the films, but you also have an opportunity to meet individuals that you wouldn't normally meet unless you were in the same room.
Absolutely. That's the purpose of most film festivals. But for ours in particular, we're really about reconnecting our people, the diaspora, and elevating our stories. But we also program from other sectors and other demographics, because we are an international film festival.
Right.
We've had films from Israel, we've had films from Ukraine, and all over. And we're able to show a common human-centric theme.
Right.
And as a result, we've been able to connect so many filmmakers over the years, and this is really what this one's about, which is why we were so honored to have both the participation of Luis Guzman and Luna Lauren Velez to talk about our culture. And we've aptly named it Hispanics in Hollywood, which is a
Nice.
fantastic thing to kind of shine a light about the Anglicization of our names very early on in old school Hollywood
Right.
to how we're now more visible, which is part of why we had the programming with Story Avenue, which shined a light in showing Latinos in a positive sense.
Right,
So-
and of course taking place here in the Bronx.
yeah, it is a story by Aristotle Torres.
Yes, who we've had in on open in the past, and who we will be having on again very soon.
Oh, good. I'd
Yes.
be glad to have him. I know he's been traveling, campaigning the film all over. He's just in LA at the Academy. He's actually an alum of our festival from 2018 with one of his shorts, which was an inspiration for Story Avenue. And I think it's just to show full circle the success Boricua and Latinos can have.
And it's inspirational too, right? Because he started there, and look where he is now. Did I hear he was over there in LA?
Yes, correct. He was over there.
At
Yeah.
the Academy?
Yeah, they have Academy screenings that happen on a regular basis, especially as they gear up for campaign season, for Oscar season. And this, I think, at South by Southwest, Story Avenue actually won cinematography award.
Yes.
If you watch it, it's just riveting, and Luis Guzman's performance as well, all the talent, just moving.
I'm looking forward to it. I know that's opening night, right? So
yeah.
walk us through what the itinerary looks like, or the agenda, I should say, for the entire festival. It's a lot of days.
Yeah, 5 days. We started, our very first festival was just one day of short
yeah.
films, and now we're a 5-day run. Opening night's going to be at El Museo del Barrio in their beautiful teatro. We're going to honor Luis Guzman with the Lifetime Achievement Award, and then air his film that he executive produced and starred in, Story Avenue. We'll have a Q&A after, and then an after party in the neighborhood in El Barrio.
Nice.
Day 2, sponsored by Centro, and it'll be hosted at Silverman School, which is on 3rd Avenue, 119th Street. We'll have Hispanics in Hollywood with Luis Guzman and Luna Lauren Velez, and we'll have, prior to that, to kick off our conversation, a film inspired by the true life events of Anacaona, the Taina chieftain, a film called Golden Flower, and that will help us navigate that discussion and our journey in the industry. And we'll go over to the Museum in City of New York, who has been one of our longtime sponsors for the rest of the films on that Thursday. Big mic drop moment. Regal at Essex Crossing is sponsoring days 3, 4, and 5 down in Loisaida, the Lower East Side. So we're actually moving from Julia down to the Lower East Side at Regal Essex Crossing. So all 3 days we'll be down there. So we're bridging the 2 gaps of Puerto Ricanos in the Lower East Side and La Cuna.
And El Barrio, right? So it's like these. It's a beautiful thing because they're similar cultures, right? I'm saying in New York, you know, as much as we are a melting pot or a mosaic, there's cultures within each block or borough, I should say, and or district.
Yeah.
Right?
Es la verdad.
Right. So you're actually bridging Loisaida with El Barrio, and the fact that you're here presenting it to our Bronx residents, which is just right over the bridge, mi gente, right? They're all similar cultures, is my point.
Very, very much. Little known fact about your friendly neighborhood X-Man. My dad was raised by a single mom in Millbrook houses in the South Bronx. So that's we're all somos familia.
Yes.
Right? So,
Yes, I know.
Yeah.
I love it. I love that you bring it here to our viewers. And congratulations on all this work. Are there any last words you want to share? Perhaps maybe directed towards our filmmakers and even audience members.
Yeah, I would say that go to our website. It's currently getting some maintenance. iprhff.org. Get the opening night tickets because they're starting to sell out. This is a one-off time where you're going to be able to be in the same space with Luis Guzman, and then also too we have, and it's a free event at Centro. Make sure you get tickets for that and come to all of our films. The film festival passes are at $100. That's the most affordable you're going to find because we want to encourage all our filmmakers to get involved, be connected, and actually participate. So.
And so the film passes where you were just referencing is for the entire festival.
Yep.
But if somebody just wanted to attend one day, is that?
Student block passes are $10. You
Wow.
can't. It's cheaper than going to an actual cinema.
Yes.
Yeah, so
And I just think it's important that we emphasize how important it is for us to support our stories.
absolutely.
Because that's how we get them out there, right? It starts through these festivals.
Yes, correct.
So, with regards to our audience members, how would you enroll them to really make an effort to just really participate in these opportunities?
Well, I would recommend, in addition to coming to our film festival, you can actually, I always say, I'm a producer by trade, right? Producers have to ask everyone for permission, but write your stories. You don't need anyone's permission to write. And when you come to our festival, you're going to connect with so many different filmmakers that may be inspired or want to work with you, and they can help guide you and craft your story so you can get it out there for the subsequent seasons. Yeah.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Oh my gosh, I felt like I've been blessed by Father Xavier Santiago.
Vaya con Dios.
That was wonderful. Accepted. Thank you, everyone. I know I just referred to him as Father. We're celebrating Halloween, but this is the festival director of the International Puerto Rican Heritage Film Festival, Xavier Santiago. Once again, we were discussing the 2023 International Puerto Rican Heritage Film Festival that will begin November 1st and will be taking place through November 5th, with the opening night ceremony taking place Wednesday, November 1st at 5:30 p.m. at a Museo del Barrio located at 1230 Fifth Avenue. And then on Thursday, November 2nd at 12 noon, there will be a panel discussion of Cafecito con Actores with special guests Luis Guzman and Luna Lauren Velez. And that's happening at the Silverman School on 119th Street. And then the closing festival will be, the award ceremony is happening on Sunday, November 5th. You're going to have to go online to learn all of the different locations now that they've shifted from El Barrio and Loisaida. So if you're interested in tickets, you can RSVP by going to iprhff.org.